Hello, listeners, and today this is going to just be a brief recording for a friends. I have the, um, alright, so our current things are the crossover series. It's crossover series, it's the almost demonic thing. Oh, sorry, it's the important help murder series help murder hornet, solo help Pokemon, and Edda special. Oh, so we'll start off with the crossover series. Now there are three areas that you'll notice. Now the one area will never close right off the bat, but that's because they are that's basically the request. You can request things. Edda will eventually close that up, but I do not know when she's coming, so we're gonna ignore that for now. The to be continued. If you look in announcements, you can actually find the to be continued. They are here on the screen now. I will say that the miraculous layout and Genshin layout are finished. But no, then Genshin Connection has someone working on that. Miraculous Connections also has someone working on that, technically. They just seem to have gone quiet. But the rest has not been getting worked on. So that's all for that. Just to do a summary of what we still need. Like I said, My Hero Academia Connections, the big question is, do we give them the same hero names and forms from the original group, or should we make a different one? That's basically all it is. That can go for the same with quirks. And then there's technically another thing, but I will update this when that time comes. As for the last two optional, persona layout just needs its all the alternate forms. So that's that. And same for layout, for My Hero Academia layout. It just needs those hero forms. That is it for to be continued. Now for to be finished, there are 3 things, and I am going to go into ignore this place. I'm basically going to kind of show you the back. Let me quickly show what that is. So there are 3 parts of the to be finished. Or sorry, am I getting that right? Yes. So for the to be finished, there are 3 areas. Now, for the person who requested this, yes, you're working on Fire Emblem. Hunter Assassin and Shuriko, those are a little different. For Hunter's Assassin, I believe it's up to me if I can scroll through. Ah, yes, right here. Basically, as you can see, these are the groups that are in there, but you will notice that there are regions without, and so Eda will eventually make more groups because she originally had 9 books, and so that's all for that. Now for Shuriko, it's kind of similar to this bit of. Now you did not ask for it, so I will not be giving it to you. But that is sort of what it is. It's basically, do we pick out layout or connections and so forth and so on. That is it for the crossover series help. If you have any questions for me, let me know, and we are going to go on to the next part just a second. Alright, for this next part, we are going to do Yellow Murder Hornet. This is a very complex, okay, it's not very complex, but you kind of have to know the series to know what we're looking at. Now, 1 second. Alright, this is the squad's website. And here's the yellow stuff. This is the Murder Hornet layout. Now, typically I would say you should go read it, but I will keep note of that someone the requester cannot get into Wattpad, so I will just do a brief explanation of this. So here's just a few things to keep in mind. So to start off, Family Alert is a very short story. It's basically it was Eda gave Yellow the idea of basically it's part of Eda's AU of Yellow's past, and so the story basically revolves around Yellow and Silver dealing with a dangerous ally of Yellow's dad. Sorry, dangerous enemy, I think. And so it mostly revolves around that. Broken is almost the direct sequel of Family Alert. Basically, something possesses Yellow towards in the midst of it, and so she goes on to join a evil group temporarily before she gets pulled out. Again, this was all Eda's original AU until there were changes. Watch Your Back follows directly behind that. Basically, the person from Family Alert returns while Yellow's training and with her dad and such, and so it kind of gets a little violent and personal. Now, the second part, this is when it starts changing. Dark Grass is basically where some evil group that a handful of the canon Dexters know very well. They really don't like them. I don't know where the idea came from, but the Dark Graphs basically that group is attacking the Dexters, and there are two paths they can go. They can either let the group give the group what they want, or they can try and make a ritual to stop them. They end up doing the second one, but it's basically a worldwide journey, fast journey, as well as I think purple makes a big impression on the book. It's mostly him answering a few things. And then Cult Family features a group that Etta made called the Cult of Crime. It mostly revolves around them, and basically giving a little bit of info on that. That is probably one of the most current books of the whole thing. But that's pretty much it. Now, this last book, Race of Discovery, basically not only crosses off what happened in the first three books, but it gives a big broad detail that, hey, this is now the current info of Etta's AU. It is set to be a multiple part thing. I think the first group is the CSK. I don't remember, but it's gonna be multiple parts of just uncovering the Dexters, I believe. Now that I've pretty much done a quick run through of the series, the whole series is basically whatever, it's basically danger, secrets, and all that. And if you take a look down here, you'll see this to be determined. That is the help. Eventually, Yellow will close Race of Discovery. I don't know when that will be, but eventually she will. And when Race of Discovery ends, it's gonna flow right into that book. That is basically the summary of what the Murder Hornets help is. It's determining to be determined. That is all. Alright. So next, you suggested you asked for the Pokemon help. There are 3 categories. Alright. The 3 areas of this. First of all, there's Aaron. This is the easiest side of this help. Basically, all we need is someone to go over the forms and such, and then basically determine if it's good or not. Now, now this page is linked in the OC thing, so if you want to look this over, you can. But if you choose to do this help, you will be given all the forms details. Next up is Wellington. Same thing, you will be mostly going over and making sure this all looks good. Again, you'll be given the info, you won't be forced in without any acknowledgement. The last one doesn't seem to have a page, but there is a third one of these three where you might be doing more than just checking over everything. I don't know, I don't have the papers here, but that's what you will be doing. You might be seeing if everything looks good, giving suggestions, all of that. That's it. Basically, it's just what do you think of the OCs, so forth and so on. Anything else? I don't think there's anything else after that, so that's all. Alright, now it's time for the last part. 1 second. The last part is Edda's special help, and now, like I said, this literally you're pretty much getting points just looking at this. But let me just give a summary of what you could do. So her help is mostly songs. Like 9 times out of 10, it's songs. Now there are several ways you can help. You can either work on, and most times she will actually say you may need to actually work on a song. It doesn't matter if you're good or not. That's not important to edit. Basically, if you work on a song, you're helping. And that's all that matters to her. So like there's several, like you could work on the Forces album. There are 7 songs here. You can choose one and you can somehow help her. She's got so many here. I can get you the link to this website so that you can look over. Now I will say her current so 2 things. One, if you are doing this help, there's this album, and so, but if you are working on this help, this album right here does link to another help. This is the only album that does, so keep that in mind. But everything else, if you end up working on it, you're doing really good because the special help is that important. I will say there are some that are done, such as this one right here is almost done. She's actually getting it worked on as we speak almost. But you can join any of these and help out. Now there is a second part you'll notice, and that comes for her friend Legend. I will get right to the point. If you help with this song, now there are 3 things you can do for this song. This song is coming out in June. I can't give too many details. Alright, I am kind of forbidden to tell you anymore. I'm not allowed to say why or where. That is something for the DMs and such. So please keep that in mind. But yeah, basically it's you're either helping Edda or you're helping Legend. Those are your 2 options for Edda's special help. Alright, that is all I have, because now you also put a note that you don't know what's required, and let me just say this. First of all, you did not pick any of the limited help. And right now, none of that is required right now. Most of that is optional work, and if you end up doing any of the limited help, you're still helping the squad. They appreciate it, but it's not required to work on. Alright, so yeah, if you go in here, these are not required, but it is good. But they are still good that you work on them. I would really more focus on, if you were to do limited help, Milm, and not like Milm or Etta, because they are pretty much easy. Series wise, the Murder Hornet is not required. It's good to get it done. And same with the Twisted, basically, they're not required, but to get them done now means that they don't need to be worked on later. Etta does appreciate if the sistering series gets done because it's just one simple thing. But other than that, it's not a requirement. Though she cannot work on that story without all of the important help is required. Alright? I will say that right now. If you the faster the important help can get finished, the faster get done. For solo help, the Pokemon help is very important. That's the one thing where if you do it, you're immediately gonna help everyone out. And we do not talk about that. Nope. Special help is not required. However, it's the most powerful. So when looking into those, keep that in mind. Yeah, it's not important, it's not required, but it's recommended. Other than that, just don't look at this. Just don't look at this. Just don't look at this center, and you will be good. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will be joining, and this should be going out soon. I will link the form if anyone else has anything more they want to request for a recording. Thank you.